How did you get started with all this?
I didn't come into this world the way everybody else does, I don't think. My first memory, I was inside my mother's womb. And I was about maybe 6 months inside the womb.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh yeah, buckle up. We're coming in hot, and we're going to discuss, as you can see, the Joe Rogan interview with Terrence Howard that they recently did. They sat down for about 3 hours and they discussed many different topics. As you can see in the video, memory and consciousness. I think Terrence Howard kind of wanted to set the tone in terms of displaying his particular consciousness and his mindset in his life and in his world. Now, I can't help but notice that you guys see in the beginning of the video, Joe Rogan says, "How did you get started with this?" And you can tell that Terrence Howard dropped off like a ton of documents and diagrams. That was hilarious. But back to it. They also discussed gravity and some physics theories. They discussed COVID-19 and taking a jab and some of the effects from that. They also talked about some technological and scientific claims, mathematics that are widely known to be as it is, and some of his theories, Terrence Howard, that is, his theories on changes that should be made and so forth. So I'm very interested in the science part. It's not particularly my expertise. I've heard, opinions on multiple sides now that it's been, a few days or several days since the interview. I've heard some individuals, and it seems to me it's probably 50-50 on people who thought that he was a positive contribution to the scientific community, and the other half obviously is on the opposite end of the pendulum, where they think that he was, to be quite frank, full of shit. Now, here are a couple of popular YouTubers that I found in my research that didn't have nice things to say about some of the theories. They felt like they weren't legitimate. But to be honest with you, for the most part, they didn't use science to debunk him. They more, tried to defame, his reputation or his education and so forth. So who knows, unless we can get to individuals who are on very high levels and put them all in a room together, we may never know. Now, let's be clear, no disrespect to these content creators. Obviously, they're very successful. I didn't get any indication that they had any sort of research and scientific background in terms of their assessment. However, we want to take that into consideration when we evaluate their opinion. We're going to jump into not the scientific part, but more on the business side. I mean, what are some of the implications of whether some of his theories are explored? Because he's been kind of shunned by, a couple. He talked about Neil deGrasse Tyson in particular, that has shunned him, in terms of some of the things that he's come up with and some of his theories. Honestly, I don't put too much weight on him mentioning Neil deGrasse Tyson. Who knows what the relationship is? Based on this interview, I can probably imagine Terrence Howard running up to Neil deGrasse Tyson with a bunch of paperwork. But imagine Terrence Howard being a know-it-all. You're trying to explain something to him, but he's so deep into his own work and his own opinion.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Maybe he asked for money or some grants. Maybe he asked for connections that Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't want to make. Maybe he was blowing up his phone and annoying the crap out of Neil deGrasse Tyson when he's a busy man just like him and he couldn't bother. Who knows? We're just speculating here. So now let's just say Terrence Howard was onto something.
Aha! Aha!
And his 40 years of research was something that can truly make an impact in our world and our economy. I want to discuss two ideas, patent suppression and market manipulation. I mean, these ideas have kind of stifled innovation in the past for various reasons. So we'll jump right into it. As patent suppression, and the definition is the practice of acquiring patents not to develop and market the inventions, but to prevent others from doing so, effectively suppressing technological advances. Now, an example of this would be a large corporation buying up patents for innovative technologies and just shelving them to prevent market disruption. Now, let's be honest, that's cold-blooded. Now, on the other hand, if I'm a business owner and we are in a capitalistic society, which I love, if I put my heart and soul into something and there's an invention that can truly disrupt what I've been doing for years and years, it's in my best interest to do whatever I can in a legal manner to suppress that particular technology. So whether we like it or not, depending on which side of the aisle you're on, depending on which side of this particular situation you would be on, as the inventor, you're probably pissed. As the business owner, it's an opportunity to save your business. Now, the coldest example of patent suppression is the Invention Secrecy Act of 1951. Now, this particular act says that if a patent application contains information that can pose a threat to national security, a government agency can request that the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office impose a secrecy order. Wow. Now, can you imagine how that would feel? Imagine you were working on something or building something for the past however many years, and you've come to some sort of headway, right? You had some sort of epiphany through your research and was able to develop a technology or some sort of invention, and you're ready to go capitalize off of it, only to find that everything you've worked on is going to be suppressed because it's a national security risk. Man, that has to be depressing. Now, you know, my mind at this point goes off into oblivion. I mean, I know for a fact somebody has a flying car. Shoot, we probably have wings. We can fly. Who knows? We can go underwater for hours and days at a time. Who knows what the government has seized and have deemed a national security risk? Because the truth of the matter is that if we can't find a way to benefit in the right ways, whether it be a seizure for power reasons, for financial reasons, for industry reasons. The next one is market manipulation. Definition: practices undertaken by individuals or entities to interfere with the fair and free operation of the market, including preventing disruptive technologies from gaining traction. Now, some examples of this is companies using their market power to influence prices, availability of maybe supplies and materials, or market acceptance of new technologies. One great example is Elon Musk. If you haven't read Walter Isaacson's biography on him, it's a great read for sure. But he specifically discussed SpaceX and Tesla. Now, he had many different things within the industry that could have held him back, and it probably should have. But the one thing that Elon Musk does that you will learn in the book is that he's very good at coming into an industry and lowering cost. And in those particular industries, he was able to come and do that. And if you can lower cost, that's really, it's really that much harder for individuals to stop you, especially competitors. Listen, I'm interested in what I've missed. Let me know your thoughts and additional insights. Like and subscribe to the channel. We're at the beginning of this journey. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Peace.